I want to become what everybody doubts me about. I want to prove like everybody wrong. I don't want to end up dead or in jail or something like that, you know? I want to be able to enjoy my life. I'm still looking into the mirror trying to figure out like what I'm going to be, who I really am, and what is like my purpose.
15 seconds. Can you tell me what you remember about getting arrested?
My name is Madison Helmick. I'm the Associate Director of Youth Initiatives at Students Run Philly Style. Students Run pairs adult running mentors with youth across the city who are training to run long-distance races. MileUp is one portion, one team within our organization, and it is a diversion youth program. So what that means is all of the students on that team have been arrested. They're referred to us through the district attorney's office. They can work off their charges by completing a running season with us.
Last practice before Broad Street, so we're gonna dial it back a little bit. 2 miles only.
The more we can keep youth outside of the criminal justice system, the better their lives are gonna be and the better outcomes they're gonna have, the more successful they're gonna be in life.
I'm Lucas, I'm 17. I'm a peer mentor for Students Run Philly Style on the MileUp team. Remember the night I got arrested? I was 14. I was in 8th grade. Feel really guilty. You're making that phone call to your folks, like, it's like, damn, how am I gonna be viewed now? How is my life gonna be after this, you know? And then like you have the X amount of hours you get in that little cell to think. It's not really like the crime you've committed going through your head at that point. It's like more of like the people that you let down.
Just so appreciative of all of you being here this morning. Big round of applause. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. If you can start finding a seat.
I'm Janae Rockmore, and I'm a running leader with Students Run Philly Style. I met with Lucas and his father, and I just remember that first night just running through, like, okay, so this is what to expect. I remember showing Lucas the form, and he's like, 10 miles? And he froze. And then he sees 13, because that season they do 3 races. They did a 5K, 10, and a 13 miler, and he's like, ah. It's just kind of being like, trust me, it's going to be okay.
When Lucas came to MileUp, he was very quiet. I don't think he said many words during his season as a student. He came to us kind of in an impressionable time in life, which they all are. And I think he was looking for direction. I think he really latched onto this program because it gave him some structure that maybe he was lacking or looking for. He knew what the goal was going to be. The goal was to run. I think he was nervous. I think he was thrown off by what is this big lofty goal that I have to accomplish.
Running definitely came when I was at the lowest, one of the lowest points, you know? So that's why I feel it's, you know, woken me up. It's awoken, you know, my liveliness, you know? Students Run is like what gave me the right to go right.
We're gonna do some goal setting. What we're gonna do is think about a goal that you have for yourself this weekend.
It gave me the leverage to be able to go and change as a person without even noticing it. You go from a felon to a citizen in the matter of, you know, the 6 months it takes for them to get your case out. For some people, that's the moment that really can define the next couple years of your life, because, you know, I'm only 17 at the point in my life that literally redefines who you are.
When I look at students like Lucas, I just see the potential in him. I'm so glad that he was able to get this opportunity. The vision that he now sees for himself and the way that he carries himself differently. Seeing him grow into a peer mentor, it's so rewarding. I text his dad every now and again, and I'm just like, I'm so proud of him. Because I think just seeing the progress at the end of the season, he could become a better runner, and he was setting the pace from just being who he was. As seeing him come back as a peer mentor, he started to influence his peers. He started to look at his future a lot more seriously. He has a plan, and that gets him so motivated and so driven.
Students Run is like starting to become a part of me. They're part of my daily, weekly life, you know. I want to keep running. Like, I enjoy helping out these students. I enjoy the practices. I enjoy, like, you know.
We're gonna start with a warm-up. We're gonna start with some arm stretches, 15 jumping jacks, 1, 2.
I believe that Students Run, like, is definitely what gives these young teenagers in, like, the city a second chance to refine ourselves.
Good work. Good work.
You're growing with them. They're people that you have to lean on, you know, and you get to see yourself grow into like somebody that you would never see yourself be. I'm working and I'm doing Students Run Philly style as a mentor. It's definitely a lot. It's really hard to balance it. Like, always really tired, especially like coming home after like a long day, and like there's always like a bunch going on in my house. I have like a crazy amount of siblings. School, it's just been like a rocky road for me, and like my biggest drive is to get my diploma because there's a chance I can go to college and make my family proud of me. That's my main motivation, is just becoming someone better than the last generation. It does feel like I'm carrying a lot with school, work. It's definitely a lot. My favorite thing about running is feeling that you can't do something and going to break your limits over and over and over. Definitely.
Are you ready?
Ready for what? Reverend Broad?
First Broad Street.
Yeah.
Lead.
You know, I'm excited, I ain't gonna lie.
It's 10 miles.
That's far.
What you gotta say before the race?
Before the race? Yo, this is me before the race. This is Lucas before the race.
All right, runners, set. All right, here they go.
I just imagine that like Philadelphia in itself is like a garden. Young people in general in Philadelphia, there's so many odds stacked against them. And because there's so much potential there, there's so much fertile ground. So they're coming up and they're growing, but there are so many weeds. There are places where there's just not adequate water, that sunshine just doesn't hit like it's supposed to. There are like brick barriers keeping that away. But there's also just this abundance of joy, of ingenuity, of creativity, of a light that shines from within that the environment just can't dim.
Definitely going to keep continuing to come back and play my part as a mentor and help these kids, you know, grow from their situations and, you know, try to have some light in their lives.
Who are we? Students!